I'm YogiTrees, and I'm here with the SOVA project bringing you a little bit of meditative yoga, some options for breathing to try to relax yourself, and then I'm going to show you a couple options for exercises that you can do at home to loosen your body, but in a more restorative, calming way. So if you're newer to yoga, welcome, and if you've practiced before or done some of these exercises, thanks for coming back. We are going to start off today just in a comfortable seat. So finding a nice cross-legged position, you'll want to slide that cushion out from underneath so you can feel firmly rooted into the ground or the mat or whatever it is that you're sitting on at home. If this feels really uncomfortable and it feels better, you can always just come right onto your knees, bringing your hands onto your thighs and just relaxing in here instead. So I'm going to start out here in this cross-leg position, and right away just bringing my hands, palms facing down onto my knees. This is a grounding position, and it'll help you to settle in and sort of relax and find a little bit of calm and stability. So from here, hands on the knees, we're sitting up nice and tall in the spine, imagining as if a string is just pulling your head up right from the crown of your head. So a nice long spine, shoulders are rolling back, sitting here comfortably. And now if you feel comfortable, you can just close your eyes at home, or you could bring your eyes to a spot on the floor where you just kind of focus and stare through. Starting off with our first breath here, just the more traditional Ujjayi breath, which means oceanic breath. We are going to take inhales and exhales through the nose, working to bring your inhales and your exhales equal in length, and sort of pausing between the two. So it's a longer count breath. It's a 5-count breath, and it sounds like you're breathing on a glass. It's audible, kind of whisper, or just hear that wisp in the air. And so from here, again, hands just come palms face down onto your knees. You can close your eyes down or settle on a spot. And you'll want you to get rid of all of the air that's in your lungs. Just emptying it out. And now slowly take a deep breath in through your nose. Pause at the top. And then exhale out your nose. It'll be a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then slowly exhaling, releasing it out. Let's do 5 or 6 more like that. Breathe in nice and slow. And breathe it out right through your nose, keeping your shoulders soft. Nice slow breath in, your lungs expand. And you'll exhale, softening, settling into the floor. A couple more. Breathe in. And gently breathe it out. Let's just find 2 more like that. A big inhale. And a long exhale through your nose. Last one, a nice slow breath in. And a long release of that breath. So that is the more traditional breathing style. You're welcome to find that on your own, or as a way to help yourself relax and kind of settle in after a long day, or you're feeling a little anxious, a little worked up. You can take as many breaths as feel good, maybe sitting there for about 5 minutes. Another option, it's going to be the same style of breathing, but we're going to activate our hands a little bit here. So it's called alternate mudra breathing. And all we're doing is making 2 different shapes with our hands. So you'll start by bringing your first finger and your thumbs to touch here. They can just kind of poke together, and then your hands with palms up rest right on top of your knees. And what we'll be doing is imagining that the breath is coming in through one side of the body, opening the palm on the same side, pausing out that top for that moment, and then releasing out the other side. Opening the other hand and just imagining that the air releasing from that side of the body. So this is a practice in both breath and imagery, because you're thinking about what the breath is doing, even if it's not really doing that in the body, right? Both your lungs are filling up, but still we're just imagining the air coming through one side and exiting the other. So bring these first fingers together here. I just connect in, palms up, and it's going to be the same style of breathing. So open your right hand and take a deep breath in. Just imagine yourself filling up. Pause at the top, closing the hand. Exhale and open the left hand, just releasing out that side. We'll flow like that. Breathe in, filling up. Left hand stays open. Pause. Exhale, open the right hand and release it out. Nice big breath in, imagining the right side filling up. Close that hand. And then exhale, opening the left. A couple more like that. Breathe in. Close the left hand. And exhale, open the right. Let's do 2 more here. Nice big inhale. Close. And exhale, open the left hand. Last one, take that yoga meditative breath in. Pause, closing off. And then exhale right out the right hand. Now if you like that one a little bit better, it gives you some options with your hands here. You can continue to find that breath. Again, just practicing this on your own for a few minutes. And then a third breath here, or an option, is to do alternate nostril breathing. And that's going to involve using your left hand. What you'll do is you'll take the thumb of your hand and place it right over your left nostril. And then from there, we're just going to be closing one side and then pinching it, holding it at the top, and then releasing the other side. So we're finding that flow from one nostril to the next, similar to the alternate mudra breathing where we're opening one hand, closing, opening the next. Okay, so we're all going to start together. Bring your left hand up. Thumb presses right on the left nostril. Let's take a nice deep breath and imagining just filling up this right side. Pinch off your nose. Exhale, lift your thumb up. Good, a nice deep breath in. Thumb stays off. Pinch it off. Exhale, open that other side. And just flowing like that. Breathe in. Hold. And release the thumb. Inhale, fill up. Hold. And release the ring finger. Let's do 2 more. Nice deep breath in. Hold. Exhale, release the thumb. Last one, fill up. Hold. And release that ring finger. Good. You can bring your hands down. Just resume normal breathing. Or if you'd like, moving on to a couple warm-ups here. So we'll just start by sitting right here where we are in this comfortable cross leg. Hands are going to connect right onto your knees, finding seated cat-cow. This is a pose I'll show you another way to do later. But taking a nice deep breath in, you'll pull your chest forward. Elbows are going to scrunch back behind you. Maybe look up. And then as you exhale, keeping that yoga breath, round it out. Tuck your chin into your chest. Send your spine back. Flowing like that. Breathe in, broaden your collarbone, look forward. Exhale, tuck it in, rounding it out, grabbing right onto your knees. Let's do 2 more. Nice deep breath here, pulling your shoulders back. Exhale, tuck it in towards your belly button. Last one, breathing in, elbows pinch towards one another. Gently let it out, rounding all the way. Good. We'll just come back right to a nice neutral spine. And this next one I'm going to show you is a leg stretch. It's called Janu Shirshasana, but don't worry about that. What we'll do is we'll take the right foot and extend it out in front of you. You can always start on the other side if you'd want. Bringing the sole of your foot right in to connect with the inner thigh here, letting that knee open up, pressing it towards the floor. You want to still be sitting nice and tall here, strong in the bum, pulling your toes towards your face, walk your fingers to the floor, and take a deep breath in, lengthening out your spine. As you exhale, maybe start to walk your fingertips forward, beginning just to bow right over this leg. So you can let your gaze come down. If you want to rest your hands on the floor or on your shin, those of you who can reach a little further, maybe going for the foot or the ankle, just beginning to fold over. And you'll stay here keeping that breath alive for 3, maybe 5 full breaths. Wanting to keep your shoulders square to the leg and closing down. So after you take your 5 breaths here, you can just walk yourself all the way back up. And it's really important that you remember to switch sides. We want to be balanced in the body. Always welcome to move slow here or stay for a little longer. So breathing in again before we bend down, lifting through the crown of our head. Then as you exhale, you'll start to just bow forward. Now remember, your options can always grab any part of that leg that feels good. Maybe you even put a little bend in the knee, and that's okay, especially because you're stretching out here, just warming up the legs. So you'll take your 3 to 5 breaths, fold it over like this. And whenever you're finished, slowly just lifting yourself all the way out. So now we've done both sides. And from here, we're going to come on to all fours. So coming onto your hands and knees, I showed you cat-cow when we were sitting down. We're going to take a couple here on all fours. I'm going to bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders and spread your fingers nice and wide. Your feet can be flat or your toes can be curled under. Little space in your knees, and we're looking down at the ground to start. From here, you'll take a nice deep breath in, drop your belly towards the floor, flip your bum up, and look forward. As you exhale, press and round it all out, tucking it in, sending your spine to the ceiling. And then just flowing out like that on your own. Breathing in as you open and exhaling, pressing into the floor, arching, just rounding out. You can take a couple more here on your own, pulling your shoulders back. And on the exhale, pulling your belly in, pressing firmly into your hands. This is a nice way to warm up the spine, to get a little further relaxed here in the body. So when you're finished with that, when you've found enough cat-cows, just coming slowly back to a nice neutral spine. Let the tops of your feet connect with the mat, and then bring your big toes together to touch, opening your knees a little wider here. From there, you're just going to sit your bum back right between the feet, beginning to walk your hands forward, coming into a child's pose. So from here, you can let your forehead connect to the ground. You might bring your knees in a little closer or open them a little wider. Everybody's going to be a little different. But child's pose is a really nice pose, a good way to relax. Take a couple breaths and just kind of settle in. You have a few options too. If you want to come down and bring your hands forward, you can press into your palms so that your forearms lift up. Or for a little less, maybe bring your arms down at your sides and take one cheek to the mat, just resting into place. So this is a very restorative pose. Helps to reduce stress and allow you just to breathe a little slower here. So you can take that pose at any time, maybe spending a few moments there breathing. Another nice stretch is coming into a spinal balance. So coming into that tabletop position when you're on all fours, instead of having space between your knees, you'll bring them together. And then you want to walk them back about an inch. From here, curl your toes under so you can engage your legs. You'll take a breath and extend the left leg out behind you, exhaling to stay just like this. So your toes are pointed down. Try not to open up that hip too high, but keep it pointed towards the floor. Look down, squeeze your leg, and stay here for a couple breaths. Your belly can stay pulling in. If you want a challenge here, for a little bit more, you're going to take the opposite arm and start to walk it out in front of you. Clawing it here. You can hold like this, or for the most, you'll actually reach that arm long. Thumb is pointing up. So we can stay here for a couple breaths, just lengthening through your fingers and our toes. And when you're ready, you'll just bring the palm and the knee to the floor. So good, remember, always want to do it on the other side. So extending that right leg back or whatever side you didn't do before. Squeezing the leg, walking the opposite hand out if you want a little bit more here. Letting it lift up for the most, pressing into the floor and extending through your fingers and your toes. You're imagining that you're getting so long, like Gumby here, stretching out. And so you'll take a few breaths there. And if you're ready, just coming back down onto all fours. And for now, we're just going to do one more stretch in this series, and that is going to be a nice little calf stretch. So coming onto all fours again, take your one leg, left leg here for me, extend it back. Toes will curl under, and you want to just take a moment holding it here. And then when you're ready, you can begin to press into your arms, trying to work your heel back. And now that's stretching out into the calf muscle, getting nice and deep there. I'm really pressing into my hands and working back. You can kind of see the difference here as I move forward and release and press it back. So take a few breaths like that, then release one knee down, step the other back, and take a few there. Holding it if it feels good, or maybe slowly coming forward and then pressing back into it. The objective here though is to move slow and do only what feels good in the body. So if any of these poses that I just showed you don't really feel good, make sure you just skip it or back off a little, do a little less. Join me next time for some more warm-ups and an introduction into our sun salutation A. Thank you.